Ahoy! Zach here. Today I'm going to talk about the qualifications you need to be President of the United States. First, it's important to mention the constitutional requirements. You need to be, firstly, 35 years of age or older. Secondly, you have to be a natural-born U.S. citizen. And thirdly, you need to have resided in the United States itself for the past 14 years. And that's it. That's the full extent of the constitutional requirements you need to become president. Beyond that, there's really nothing else. However, there are a lot of unwritten qualifications that almost every president has had in history that really are important. The first of these unwritten qualifications is wealth. All but 6 U.S. presidents in all of our history have had a net worth of equivalent to $1 million or more in current U.S. dollars. Also, 3 of those 6 presidents who weren't worth $1 million or more were all vice presidents who then succeeded the president, so they weren't even elected until then. They were running for re-election after. Only 3 U.S. presidents in history were elected to be president, not being president before, who did not have $1 million or more dollars to their net worth going in. The next unwritten qualification is height. Every U.S. president except 8 has been over 6 feet tall, and the average U.S. president's height is 2 inches above the average male height in the United States. This is really partially due to the image that the president portrays, as people tend to vote for someone that they view as strong and confident, and your physical image has a lot to do with this with people. And also, if you look at photos of the 8 presidents who were not above 6 feet, their stature is very broad-shouldered, and where they can still impose a very commanding presence, even if they don't have the height factor. The next of these unwritten rules is religion. All but 8 presidents in the United States have been Protestant Christians, and 7 of the other 8 have also been Christians, just things like Catholic, or they haven't disclosed their denomination. Only 1 president in all of U.S. history, Thomas Jefferson, has not professed Christianity, and even he professed deism, which is viewing a God as a creator of the universe, but then believing that the God just let the world take its course and will not intervene at all. This really shows that people really want to vote for someone who has religious and spiritual convictions. The next unwritten qualification would be prior job experience. Almost every single U.S. president in our history has had a political office held prior to their presidency, and beyond that, most of them have been either businessmen or lawyers in the days before they were in politics. Another major thing is being in the military. In the early days of our country, a lot of our presidents were in education or surveyors, but those 2 lines of work have lost a lot of prestige since then, so we don't see many presidents from those things now. Another major unwritten qualification would be ideology. Every president in U.S. history has either been ideologically believing things that the vast majority of Americans believe, or they've been officially endorsed by a political party that has the very strong support of at least a third of regular voters. And a lot of presidents have had both. Another important factor to consider is family. Every U.S. president in history, except 1, has been married, and most of them have also been, in some part, taking care and raising a child. This is mostly because we view people who are in families and have active roles in them as more emotionally and psychologically mature, who can make better decisions for a country and can have a more wise approach to that. If taken together, these constitutional requirements and unwritten qualifications can give us a pretty good idea of who could run the Oval Office next. I hope you learned something new today. Please comment, like, subscribe, and see you next time.